everyone, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul, which I have not done in a very long time, mostly because I just haven't been buying books lately, for a combination of reasons, because my shelf was just overflowing. I could not fit any more books on it, which I recently switched shelves, so that's not so much of a problem anymore. And another reason is just I've been reading a lot of ebooks and listening to audiobooks, so I just haven't really been buying books lately. But today I'm going to be doing a haul because I recently actually just bought a ton of books, and I bought all the books for under $25. I think the total actually came to $22 and tax. And I wanted to film this haul specifically because I want to prove that you don't have to have a ton of money to have a good book collection. There are a lot of different options, such as buying used books online through websites like Thrift Books or Goodwill, or going to bargain stores. The one that I went to where I purchased all of these books, it was called Ollie's, and I'm not really sure if it's just an East Coast thing, because I know that they have them like all up and down the East Coast. I live in Virginia, but I've also seen them in Pennsylvania as well, so definitely check in. Ollie's is kind of a weird store because half of the books they have are actually like, you know, books you see in like Barnes and Nobles, and books that, you know, you might even have on your want list. And then the other half are books that you've probably never heard of, that probably no one's ever heard of, and maybe for good reason, because I've read some of them and I wasn't really a huge fan. But these ones I think will be pretty good. I picked all of them out, and all of them except for two only cost $2, which is what you would pay at Goodwill for a used hardback. So all that rambling aside, I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the books that I bought. The first book is actually a book that I have already read, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have read. It's just Paper Towns by John Green, and I honestly wasn't a huge fan of this book really, but I already have two other of John Green's books, so I just thought that I would go ahead and pick it up since it was only $2 and just complete my collection, because when I read this book it was a library book, and so I didn't have a copy of it. So the next book is Juniors by, I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong, Kai Hart Hemmings. I think that's how it's pronounced. And he also wrote The Descendants, which I haven't read, but I think I've heard of. I think they made a movie about it. But this book is called Juniors, and it is about a girl who is part Hawaiian and part mainlander, and she switches schools, and she's just kind of navigating high school, and she's the new girl and all the problems that come along with being the new girl. And she starts to, I guess, make friends and kind of start to question who she can and can't trust. So it sounds like a pretty standard, like, high school contemporary, with maybe the twist of that they are in Hawaii. I believe this book takes place because she is part Hawaiian. Honestly, the inside cover didn't really give me a ton of information, but I kind of like that because it leaves me to kind of wonder what's gonna happen, which makes me want to read the book. The next book that I bought that was also only $1.99 was We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach. And this book, I know I said that the last one didn't really give that much information on the inside cover, but this one really doesn't. It actually only really gives like a couple of words, and it says before Ardor came, and I have no idea what Ardor is. It does not tell you. Again, I'm really interested to find out what this book is about because I honestly have no idea. What I do know is that there is a full-length album which was created by the author because he is also a musician, which I think is really cool. I love the mix of music and books. The next book that I bought was The Land of a Thousand Madonnas by Kate Hapmer. This book is about a group of friends who recently had a friend die, but the friend left them plane tickets and a whole itinerary to go on this giant backpacking trip across Europe. And I love sort of like road trip slash like backpacking stories. I think that they're always really cool, and you get to learn a lot about different places, as well as, you know, learning about the characters and all the typical stuff you get when reading. I actually see this book a lot when I'm looking at Ollie's and had never picked it up, but just recently, I don't know why, I decided that I would give it a chance, so we'll see how it is. Next book that I bought is Mirror in the Sky by Aditi Khorana, and this book I am probably the most excited for out of all the books that I bought because this one takes place in space, and I love anything that takes place in space. This specific book, basically NASA intercepts a message and it turns out that there is another planet and it is a mirror planet. So I think it's kind of one of those things where it's sort of like an alternate reality. So while you're here on Earth, there's another version of you living some other life on the planet. So I'm really excited about this book. I think it's going to be really good. Next book is The Symptoms of My Insanity by Mindy Raff. And this book, I think, is a mental health sort of book. It's kind of in that area. It's about a girl who's a hypochondriac, and it just seems like everything in her life is kind of falling apart. But I think it's going to have a little bit of humor to it as well. I am interested to read this one because I really like the cover. I don't know, I just think that this is a really cool cover, and I think that this one should be pretty good. The next book is Tell Us Something True by Dana Reinhardt, and as far as I know, from what I could tell, this book is about a boy who gets stumped by his girlfriend, and then he finds a group of friends who all has addictions, and then he sort of fakes his way into the group by basically lying about everything. And this book to me was interesting because it is very short, which sometimes I just like a really nice short and quick read, so I thought that this would be really good for that. And on the back it had a lot of recommendations by authors that I like, so I thought that I would give it a chance. The last two books that I have here were the only books that weren't $1.99. These were actually $3.99, but I will show you why they were a little bit more expensive. It is because they are fold art books. So basically, if you can see, you create your own art sculpture by folding the pages where they are gray, and then you can create the sculpture that you see on the front. And I already have one of these that says love, but I picked up this one, which is a copy of Jane Eyre, which says read. And also, I'm really excited about this one because it's Anne of Green Gables, but it spells out Joy, which is my name. And so I am a little bit nervous because I don't know how difficult this is going to be, but I think it's a really cool concept of creating art while you're reading. So I might do like a vlog and kind of film myself trying to do this. Hopefully it's not a complete disaster. That was the end of my haul. As you can see, I had a total of 9 books, all for under $25, which is pretty great. It's a pretty good deal, and so I definitely recommend checking out Ollie's if you have one near you, if you're looking for some bargain price books. And if you guys have any place that you like to go to get bargain books, then definitely let me know in the comments below because I'm always on the hunt. And I will see you guys in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.